Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft. My name is Cub, and today we are playing some Minecraft once more on the Hermitcraft server. Now, you might notice that we've expanded the snow cauldron array quite a bit, and last time, hopefully you saw last episode, but we built this giant 6-in-1 dripstone, bamboo, glowberry, twisting vine, weeping vine, sugarcane farm right behind us, and the whole reason why we built this farm and expanded this snow cauldron array is for one simple reason, and that is total chaos. We are starting that project, which I've alluded to over the last couple episodes today. So, what is Total Chaos? What does it entail? Let me sort of show you what it is. So this Total Chaos project, this is going to be pretty much the biggest project we've done all season thus far. And I want to sort of detail how I came to the idea of this project, because that's like most of what is interesting about it, in my opinion. So, first of all, pointed dripstone. This is a block which I'm quite familiar with, as I made my base out of this block as well as regular dripstone blocks last season. And so you can place this on the ground. You can also place this as a stalactite on the ceiling here, like so. And yeah, you can obviously use it for things like renewable lava and renewable water, which we've done. But it also has this cool property that if you throw a trident at it and break it, and see it falls. And this does pretty significant damage. If I, like, let's say, toss my helmet on the ground and then hit this with a trident and step on it, you can see does pretty significant damage. And so I thought to myself, wouldn't it be cool if we could make like some type of game or make something that utilized this falling dripstone mechanic. Now, it doesn't work with bows, of course. Like, arrows do nothing to the dripstone, but it does work with tridents. And if you do something like, let's say, if I just get on up here, if I say break the block or move the block that's holding up the base of the dripstone, that also causes it to fall. So those are the two mechanics we got to work with. So I was thinking about this for a while. Then I saw a post on the Minecraft subreddit where someone essentially had used commands to get a bunch of dripstone like this, but over a massive area, and then had those dripstone randomly fall down below. And so it was just like total chaos with these dripstone pillars like just falling every once in a while randomly in different patterns. And I thought it would be cool if we could do that somehow in survival. Now, looking at the comments of that post, people were like, oh, this is so cool, I wish it was in survival. Fortunately, it uses commands. But it turns out that if you're really clever, you can actually make it happen in survival. So let's build one module of this Total Chaos project together, and then you should hopefully like sort of understand how it works and what is going to happen with this project. So if we make our way up here, you can see we have a 1-block dirt platform that is 5x5 with a dispenser in the middle facing downward. So you can hopefully make out here. Yep, there you go. So we're going to put a water bucket in here. This is what's going to randomize our dripstone falling. And the way it's going to do this is it's going to basically allow us to hook up a redstone line on top of this. So this redstone line will go somewhere else where there's like a button. And that will then, dispense the water bucket like this. Like that, and that can also pick it back up like that. So the reason we need that is because we're actually going to turn this whole platform here into some farmland. We may actually need to plant some crops here. Yeah, we're going to have to plant some crops here, I believe. So once we have everything turned to farmland and plants planted on this so that it does not revert back to dirt, we then come underneath the farmland and place observers facing upwards, and this allows us to detect when the farmland changes from a non-hydrated state to a hydrated state. And this is essentially how we're going to randomize when the dripstone stalactites drop on players. Now we hook up our dispenser to a button elsewhere, which will activate the whole system right down here. There we go. We already got a button here. So if we turn this on, we should see a couple of the observers go off now at random. Let's just get up here and see, because now some of the dirt should become hydrated. Yes, very good. So let's see if we see a couple of these go off here. Yep, there. We saw one. Okay. It's very subtle. It's very quick. But it does happen. So now we place pistons on the underside of these observers like this. And whenever a dirt changes hydration state, which we control via the button, we should see these pistons extend and then retract super quickly. And yeah, you just heard one right there actually do exactly that. So as the farmland above us continues to dry out, we're just going to go ahead and place down some blocks on the bottom side of all of these sticky pistons. Then on those blocks, we're going to place down 3 dripstone on each and every one of those blocks. And so then these, whenever the piston fires above, will be pushed down. They'll break, and then the dripstone itself will fall to the ground, potentially killing any player underneath. And then once we have the dripstone down, we are done, essentially. We just put up a 2-high wall around here, and then we start the whole thing. So basically, the rule is that this is going to be like really high up, so that you can't really tell like where the dripstone is, and like what dripstone has fallen and what hasn't fallen. And then you just basically like avoid the dripstone. So if I hit this button, you'll see that now dripstone will fall at random. There's one. And it should start to fall pretty rapidly here. We'll see, though. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. And, yeah, just imagine this, but, like, everywhere. So, like, if it was, like, 100 times this. And that's sort of what we're doing. So, should be pretty cool. Gotta try to, like, avoid these things. And, yeah, it's also gonna be, like, a PvP arena at the same time, I think. So that should be pretty cool. Let's see, yeah. It's working pretty well right now. Well, yeah, it's a pretty good pace. It's like a pretty consistent pace, but it's also a little bit random. And yeah, of course, if you get hit by one like that, yeah, there you go. You dead. You dead. So imagine something like that, except a lot more dripstone and covering a lot more area. I think that was about 9 by 9. I'm thinking we're going to make this project a minimum like 50 by 50, possibly up to 100 by 100. But that's a lot of blocks. That's 10,000 blocks for each layer. So we'll see about that. But there's also a few other small things that we need to be aware of with pointed dripstone. Number one, if you jump right before pointed dripstone hits the ground, you actually won't take any damage. So like if I do this and then jump, see I didn't take any damage. But we can use honey blocks on the ground to prevent that. So if I break this and try and jump, you see, yeah, couldn't prevent the damage. So that's an important thing. So we'll need a lot of honey blocks on the ground to help us out with this. One final thing we need to take into consideration is that we don't want players to look up and see where the pointed dripstone has and has not fallen. So to that effect, we're going to need a layer of lava underneath the pointed dripstone for this project. And that's because lava allows pointed dripstone to fall through just like that, and it is still indeed deadly, which I can demonstrate here. If I put these down here, stand under here, and press this button, bam, easy. Easy death. So in addition to the dripstone falling from the ceiling, I think it could also be cool if we had some fireworks in dispensers that shot into the area from the side. And also, we'll probably equip players with like some basic tools and weapons to like fight amongst each other while they're in the giant area. So fireworks from the side, dripstone from the ceiling, plus PvP, that all together hopefully will equal some total chaos, which is what we're calling this thing. So yeah, I think it should be a good time, but we need to gather some resources and we need to find a spot to put this thing. We need like a big empty flat spot, preferably somewhere also where it doesn't rain, because if it rains, then yeah, the soil, the farmland can actually get moisture in it. So we don't want that. We want it to be purely controlled by us. So yeah, let's go find a spot and try and get some resources together for this and start to build this thing. Hypno, my friend, hello.
Oh, hey.
What's
up, Cub? How you doing?
I'm
Pretty good.
Man. I'm here. I'm looking for honey blocks. I see you have quite a few here.
Yeah, I've been known to have a honey block or two.
Yeah, the honey man. The honey man.
The honey man.
Yeah, so dude, I need a lot of honey for a project coming up.
Oh
Lot of
yeah,
honey.
yeah. Right over here. Yep. Let me direct your attention right here to this barrel. There you go.
I
Yep.
see.
That's
I
all
see.
the honey you're ever gonna need. Ever gonna need. That's it.
I mean, this is a good amount, man, but I need like multiple
That's a
thousands.
lot.
I need like thousands of these, man.
Oh.
Thousands of these blocks.
Wait. Thousands?
Yeah. I need like 5,000 blocks of honey. Is there any way we can make a deal for that?
Wow, that is a lot of honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking for 5,000 blocks of honey? Oh my goodness.
I mean, that is a lot. I mean, I got diamonds. I got, deep slate, powdered snow. What do you think? What would be a fair exchange for all that honey?
5,000. Oh my goodness. Uh, yeah. At the moment, I don't actually have anything in particular that I need.
Okay.
So,
I'll tell you what. You know
Okay,
what, you know what
okay,
the
I'm listening.
the most valuable thing on the server is? You know what that is?
Honey blocks. No.
Well,
what is it?
for me it is, but I mean, I think it's owing a debt to somebody, right? So what if I gave you an IOU
Oh, okay.
to be turned in for a future favor when needed?
That sounds like an ideal
Think that's good?
situation or
Okay.
solution for this. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just get my box of utilities out. I happen to have an
Okay.
IOU right here.
Wow. Already got one. Check it out. Cub IOU.
Yep.
And this is redeemable for anything.
That's redeemable for anything. Yep. Anything you need, I'm there.
All right, that sounds great, man.
Sounds good?
So
Okay.
yeah, 5,000. That's gonna take me a little bit of time to farm that up. Just so you're aware, I won't be able to have that tomorrow.
That's fine. I may just go ahead and purchase like a couple of the stacks from you here. Like not all these, but like some of them just to get going.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, as soon as you can get them, stop on by.
Now,
deliver 'em.
I'm
Good to go.
curious. Are you willing to divulge what you need 5,000 honey blocks for at this time, or is it like a secret hush hush kind of a thing?
No. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine
Okay.
it's PvP, right?
Uh-huh.
Player versus player battle, right?
Right.
But the apocalypse is happening as you're PvPing.
Ooh. The apocalypse is happening.
That's
So, like,
pre-
are we
that's pretty much
talking
it.
like zombies coming at you and like the whole world ending, or?
Yeah, we're talking like giant dripstone crashing down on you, fireworks shooting you. Yeah, maybe some mobs too. I haven't actually considered that, but yeah, that would be a good idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fireworks and dripstones. So, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That sounds like that's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It should be. I'm going to call it, I think, total chaos because it's what it's going to be pretty much.
Just total chaos.
That's it. That's just
I
total
love it.
chaos. Total
Yeah, that's
chaos.
great.
Sweet, dude. So the next thing we need is an area to build this thing, and luckily I found an area here that is just outside of the spawn area in a savanna biome, and it's got to be a savanna biome because we need a non-weather biome. So that means basically only like savannas, deserts, and I think also like the snowy biomes would work, so that the farmland does not get moisturized from the rain. So basically I marked out a 50 by 50 area here with these melons. You can see there's a melon there. There's a melon over there, and there's a melon off in the distance, catty corner from us here. So, yeah, that is going to be where we build the thing, right in this area. So I think next step is to probably go ahead and make a big platform here. I got some dirt shulker boxes that we can use for this because I want to sort of elevate this above the ground, I believe, just so mobs can't randomly wander in to the arena type area. So we're going to elevate this above the ground with some dirt, and then hopefully from there can make the rest of the thing once we have the resources. So let's build a big dirt platform and then go and gather some resources. Imagine placing these 25 dirt, but then multiply that by 100. That's how much dirt we place here. 50 by 50 dirt area now placed down, ladies and gentlemen, and that concludes the easy part of this project because now we have to make some design decisions. So the first thing I would like to see in this area is I'd like to see some lighting underneath of the eventual, honey block surface we're going to be making here. So I'm thinking we'll probably go with some cheap light source. I know there's sea lanterns for sale on the server, so maybe that, or maybe we can find a cheaper light source, like maybe jack-o'-lanterns would work well. Actually, yeah, jack-o'-lanterns would probably be even cheaper, so we'll probably put down jack-o'-lanterns all on this next layer here above this dirt. Then we want to have probably a rail line with some hopper minecarts on that rail line, because if you think about it, we're going to have like 10,000 dripstone potentially crashing down and being turned into items within just a minute or two, or a few minutes. So we want to obviously collect that, and we don't want to have to like run around a bunch of honey blocks or have players who play this have a bunch of dripstone that's like totally clogging up their entire inventory, right? So we need some type of collection system that's on top of the pumpkin. So I'm thinking rail and hopper minecart for each like slice, like 50 block long slice of this thing. I think that should be good. And then we'll have to have like a distribution system to handle the dripstone that comes through at the end here. So yeah, I think that will be good. And then on top of that, so like on top of the rails, that will be when we place the honey. So we have the light coming through from the bottom, through the rails, the hopper minecarts running along the rails, distribution system on the side, and then the honey on the top. And then, of course, the actual mechanism with the dripstone and the 2,500 sticky pistons and 2,500 observers above that, like far above that. So that is the plan as of now. Going to be quite an ambitious project here, but I think we can do it. So let's go gather some more resources and see what we got. First stop is over here to Gigapies, where we can grab ourselves a shulker box or two of pumpkins. So we're just going to grab these pumpkins right out of here. There we go. So there is 1,728 right there, plus another couple of hundred. Should give us approximately 2,000 or so, 2,500 or so pumpkins. So yeah, there we go. That should be good enough. So that problem is solved. Now we just need 2,500 torches, and we have to shear all of these, which you might think it's a bad thing that we got to shear all of these, but in reality, what happens when you shear things is that you actually get seeds, which is fantastic, because we're also going to need 2,500 pumpkin seeds to make sure that basically when the farmland dries out, the farmland does not revert to dirt, because that would also be bad. So this is actually a benefit that we have to shear all these pumpkins in order to turn them into jack-o'-lanterns, because we need the seeds anyway. We're also fortunate that we made this farm beforehand to not only supply the dripstone for this project, but also the sticks to make the torches for all the jack-o'-lanterns. And the way we can do that is because we have so many bamboo down here. It's just a ridiculous amount of bamboo. I think all this bamboo storage is already filled up, yeah, 100%. So we have 10 double chests of bamboo, which we can just simply take all this out and turn it into sticks without having to, pay for logs or use a bunch of logs. We can just use all this bamboo, and then of course we got, a bunch of coal that we've accumulated over the course of the season, and then we can just use that to make some torches. So that's going to turn out quite nicely, because we need I think like a shulker box and a half of torches to combine with the jack-o'-lanterns to make, or with the pumpkins to make jack-o'-lanterns. So this will be a huge benefit as well. Now that we had our pumpkins and our torches, it's now time to get serious about this thing. So we're putting down all of the pumpkins that we got from Gigapies, all 2,500 of them, filling out this entire square. And then, of course, once the regular pumpkins are placed down, we gotta shear them all. So we bring out our shears from Serious Business. Thank you again to Pearl. That's one of the best purchases we've made. We also were gathering the seeds from all these pumpkins, so we got a whole bunch of seeds to use in the farmland later from this. And of course, after shearing, they're all carved pumpkins, so we got to gather them up. So taking the axe, doing a little chopping, and gathering all these things up. Next up was the crafting, which went pretty quick, so that turns all the carved pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, which emit light all the time. And then it's just a matter of going through and placing down all of our newly created jack-o'-lanterns over the entire area right here. Jack-o'-lanterns now beautifully lighting up the area around here, and with this now all lit up, we're ready to place down our collection system so that we can collect all of the dripstone. See, I've already placed a few rails down here, and this is going to be what transports our hopper minecart back and forth to collect all the dripstone which fall on the honey blocks. They're going to be above here. Obviously, we still need to get all the honey blocks. Hypno is hard at work, I know, collecting all that honey for us, so appreciate Hypno putting in the time and effort to gather those for us. However, we also have other resources we need to gather still. We need to gather more quartz to make comparators. We need to make a bunch of observers that go above here, which is going to require still more quartz, as well as a bunch of cobblestone. Same thing with the pistons. Got to gather more resources for that and buy more resources for that. So we'll probably do that over the next few days. But for now, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Happy with the progress we made, and total chaos is on its way. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Cub. Goodbye.